Chase Elliott officially has a new spotter for the 2024 season. Atlanta Motor Speedway announces major upgrades. A veteran NASCAR reporter has left the sport seemingly. And a new Gen Z poll says a lot about the state of motorsports and NASCAR. We're going to break it all down today on Shifting Gears.
High, push it, checker flag, hell yeah!
What's the caution for? Me?
Can I not push it in?
Stop anybody.
Come on, you guys! Way to go, boys! One hell of a job, man, one hell of a job. Thank you so much.
I'm Alan Bailey, and before we get to breaking down all the latest NASCAR news, make sure that you mash that subscribe button so that you do not miss a video throughout the entire 2024 season. And you can also check out our brand new second gaming and esport channel, Team Chaos, where we just launched a brand new NASCAR 24 series, the career mode over on iRacing, which basically is a preview of the next NASCAR game. So go check that out right now. And you can also log on to arnrace.com for the latest motorsports news. ARN, the Motorsports Authority. It's hard to believe, but the Los Angeles Clash at the LA Coliseum is only a month away from today, which is just insane to me. The offseason is almost over, but here we are. And there are a couple of big congratulations that we have to start the show. Firstly, to the People's Champ, Timmy Hill, who announced the birth of Hoover Graham Hill on January 2nd. Big congratulations to the Hill family. We're wishing mommy and baby best. And also a big congratulations to Denny Hamlin and Jordan Fish, who announced that they were engaged. Literally, they announced it about an hour after we posted our last show. So congratulations to what will be the Hamlin family. They've been together for, my understanding, is over 10 years, and Hamlin finally made it official. But I know the reason most of you clicked on this video. It's because Chase Elliott's in it. Kind of, sort of, not really. But Chase Elliott does have a new spotter for the 2024 season, and it's his cousin, Trey Poole, who has been his second spotter at road courses and filled in on an interim basis since about 2021. So kind of a natural fit, but there's a big shuffling with spotters in the NASCAR garage area, and a lot of it is who's paying more. And another one happens to be Josh Williams, not the driver Josh Williams, but the spotter Josh Williams, who moves over from the 12 and Ryan Blaney in 2023 to the number 71 and Zane Smith for the 2024 season. Basically, what this is telling me is that Trackhouse is paying more than Penske to their spotters. And this is just interesting and fascinating to me, because ever since NASCAR brought the next gen onto the racetrack, the cars have more or less been the same, and teams and people within the garage area are now realizing, oh yeah, people make the difference, not the equipment. We should pay the best people the most and get them to come over to our organization. And that's exactly what Trackhouse is doing, getting Josh Williams, who comes off of winning a championship with Ryan Blaney in 2023, over to Zane Smith, who he spotted for in the Truck Series. So it is kind of a natural fit, but it's very telling that Trackhouse is paying more to their people than Team Penske right now. And there's a lot of people behind the scenes jumping ship from Team A to Team B, and it's fascinating to me, honestly. Speaking of the Truck Series, we found out that Spire Motorsports, who acquired Kyle Busch Motorsports Truck Series building and team and assets during the offseason, have signed Chase Purdy to the number 77 truck for the 2024 season. This was kind of a announcement, because Purdy was, at least we thought he was under contract over at Kyle Busch Motorsports. He drove the Ford truck in 2023, and we assumed he would be with Spire in the Truck Series in 2024, and basically Spire just confirmed it, except he's moving over to the 77 instead of the 4. Bit of a shocker to some in the garage area, but a disappointment nevertheless. Claire B. Lang, who has been with Sirius XM for 22 seasons, literally the second employee ever hired over at Sirius XM NASCAR Radio, has left Sirius XM, and she is effectively done with her show, and at the moment has left the sport entirely. Now, she put up a big post on social media just yesterday, and honestly, it's a bit heartbreaking. I've seen and talked with Claire throughout my entire professional NASCAR reporting career, and to me, Claire has always been like the confirmation that I'm getting the correct story whenever I run into her in a media scrum, and we've bumped elbows before, and honestly, Claire is so professional. so nice. Hands down, one of the top 5 nicest human beings I've ever dealt with. Not just in NASCAR, but in general, which is saying something in this industry. And I honestly wish her and her husband and her family all the best. I know that she put up on social media that she's moving her parents into an assisted living facility. That's something I had to go through with my grandparents not too long ago. And I know that that's an emotional toll and it's very difficult. So sincerely, thinking about you, Claire, and hope that everything is okay. Hope that everything will work out okay for you. I wish you the best, Claire, sincerely. Thank you so much for being the professional, courteous, amazing human being that you are to some young kid who was just kind of in the way at times, admittingly, but learned very quickly how not to be, thanks to lessons from people like Claire B. Lang. So sincerely, I'm going to miss hearing her on my radio on the way home from the track. I'm going to miss running into her. For years, for about 10 years straight, I think it was, we did post-race shows from the Auto Club Speedway, literally not only in studios that were right next to each other, but we had windows for walls that looked into each other's studios. So we literally were kind of waving at each other while we were both were on the air respectfully doing post-race shows. And there's a few photos that she's taken of me, a few I've taken of her throughout the years. So I'm sincerely really going to miss Claire B. Lang. And I know this is a mini rant on how amazing Claire is, and anybody who's honestly worked with her and hung out with her knows she's an amazing human being who always gets the story, always gets great audio, and I'm sincerely going to miss running into her in the media center and on pit road and in the scrums. Atlanta Motor Speedway announced some big changes, not to the racetrack, but to fan amenities, announcing new gatehouses, releasing this artwork. Supposedly, this change is to modernize the speedway, but also to make it so that it's easier for fans to get through these turnstiles and out of these turnstiles, making them a little bit bigger, making them more modern and more accommodating to race fans, which I am all for. And supposedly, these are going to be ready for the February 23rd through 25th weekend when NASCAR heads there for race number 2 of the season, which is just still nuts to me, but I understand the reasoning behind it from NASCAR's perspective. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you like these new modern gatehouses at the Atlanta Motor Speedway? And what do you think about Atlanta and Motor Speedway kind of changing the name and the verbiage there a little bit? I've never seen Motor Speedway as one phrase, but maybe it's just a small step away from Speedway or Super Speedway? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? We also found out that Josh Bilicki is going to be running a partial schedule in the number 92 DGM Racing Chevy. Now, this is the ride that Josh Williams, the NASCAR driver, left when he went over to Colleague. It's the Park It car that everybody knows from Atlanta. And honestly, this is cool, but I think it's telling that this is another team that's running a partial schedule due to lack of funding. Now, maybe that will change if Josh and the team can find more sponsorship dollars, but all the best to Bilicki and to DGM Racing. Hopefully, we see them running up near the front for their selected races in the Xfinity Series. Speaking of the Xfinity Series, we found out that Leland Honeyman Jr. is going to be running Young Motorsports number 42 for the full NASCAR Xfinity Series schedule in 2024. This is cool. I love the fact that this is a brand new race team in the Xfinity Series. Best of luck to them. It's really hard to start a new organization and to be competitive in any of NASCAR's top 3 series. So sincerely, the best to them. Hopefully we see them near the front at an Xfinity Series pretty quick. We also got a very interesting poll that was released this week that identified which sports and which series Gen Zers identify as casual or avid fans of. And no surprise whatsoever, the NFL at 54% led the way, followed by the NBA at 50%, college football at 42%, and then you have MLB. Esports, ironically, at 39%, with college basketball in there, and then NASCAR at 36%. Fascinating to me, honestly. And then you had the UFC right there at 35%. You go down a couple pegs and you find Formula One at 29%. And then you go way down the list to find MotoGP at 19%. And most notably, we do not have IndyCar or NHRA drag racing on this list whatsoever. Honestly, this is fascinating to me because a lot of people are saying that NASCAR needs to engage more with the younger audience. And while I do agree that that is vitally important, I do think that NASCAR has done a phenomenal job for the last couple of years, engaging with their social media, being more active on their social media, putting out highlights, putting out things to help grow the sport. I think that NASCAR getting away from motorsport games and getting with iRacing to develop a video game for console will definitely help with the younger demographic, particularly under the age of 12, which is a demo that NASCAR desperately needs to focus on. And I do think that they're doing a good job. I think that this is proof that NASCAR is growing with the younger demographic slowly but surely, but they're not far off from where they need to be. So sincerely, kudos where kudos are due. NASCAR's done a good job in this department so far, and they're better than Formula One at this point, which is saying something. Let me know what you think in the comments down below of this poll. Do you think it's accurate, and what do you think about NASCAR standing with the younger audience? And speaking of esport, make sure that you go ahead and check out our second gaming and esport channel, Team Chaos, right here on YouTube. The link is in the description below. We have a brand new series that we just launched this week, kind of a preview of the new NASCAR game with the NASCAR 24 iRacing career mode. Absolutely love that series so far. We're simulating through the Truck Series, Xfinity, and the Cup Series with the AI, similar to what we will see with the new game. So it's a very cool little preview of NASCAR 25 when that drops next year from iRacing. Plus, we also do some Supercross stuff on there. That series is going to be launching this weekend, so we're pretty excited about that one. And you can also go ahead and check out arnrace.com for the latest motorsports news between episodes here on YouTube. ARN, the Motorsports Authority. I want to thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. For Shifting Gears, I'm Alan Bailey. We'll see you at the track.